This is my Master Succulent Soil Mix. This is a general purpose soil mix suitable for a lot of different succulents. The most important component of the soil mix is this decomposed granite. Using decomposed granite in the soil mix provides minerals and nutrients that the succulents love, and therefore rewarding you with colorful and strong plants. Granite also provides aeration and absorbs excess moisture, keeping it away from the roots, plus at the same time it acts as a moisture reserve for the plant when it needs to have a drink. My succulents are a testament to the benefits of using decomposed granite in my soil mix. But what if you can't get hold of decomposed granite? In this video, I'll show you how to make a soil mix that is a substitute for decomposed granite. It took me many months of research to find the right components that have the same nutrients and minerals that the decomposed granite contains. All these ingredients contain different minerals, but when put together is comparable to my decomposed granite that actually contains 93 different minerals. I won't elaborate on these minerals. All the information can be found online. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. This is my original soil mix. I have a video on how to make my original Succulent Master Soil Mix. And on the right is my new Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix. And if I put the two together, as you can see, I'll take this label off. They look very similar, except probably this one on the right, which is the Tropical Mix, or the Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix, is wider than the one on the left. This one on the left, my original Master Succulent Soil Mix, is granite based. So this is my decomposed granite, and this one on the right is my Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix, which is basically pumice base. Oopsie. This is the difference of the two. So this one is basically grown in a terracotta pot, in a small terracotta pot, using Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix. So this is now the new soil mix. And my decomposed granite mix, or Master Succulent Soil Mix, this is the difference. This one is grown in my 50% UV shade cloth. This one is grown out in the open, but in a location wherein it's sort of shaded. So when I started with them, they were the same size. This one on my Master Succulent Soil Mix, you can see that this is far bigger and etiolated, so it's gone leggy, whereas this one now on the right hand side is more compact. But this one on the left, I haven't watered for a long time, and this is mainly dependent on the weather. So we've had a fair bit of rain on and off, and I do water it every now and then because it's in this plastic pot and able to hold the moisture as well. But this is decomposed granite base, or my original Master Soil Mix. And this one on the right, using a pumice, this tropical mix has one disadvantage. The disadvantage is that it requires a lot of water. So this one needs watering. In this size pot, this will require watering every 3 days. If not every day. You could water this every day, but after the third day, the leaves will become soft. So actually softer than this one here, because I had this now soaking in water, or been soaking it in water for a few days now. And the leaves are still soft, and I just have to pull it out. You can see my hands is wet as well. So this is a very thirsty soil mix. And then this one can go for a long time without watering. So, but had I grown this one in my 50% UV area, This one would be more compact and a little bit more similar to this one, but this will be far bigger than that one because this one is able to hold the moisture in, whereas this one, the moisture just evaporates into the air. And that's why this is ideal for places with high humidity. If you live in tropical places where you only have 2 seasons, wet and dry, then this is the succulent soil mix for you. So a lot of rainfall, high humidity, and what else? Hot. So tropical soil mix. Now, of course, tropics, wet and dry. And also during the wet season where it rains a lot and the temperature doesn't really go up to the 40s, or does it? So I don't know. Here in Australia, we only go in winter, I think, high 30s at the most. But in summer, of course, it reaches 40 degrees, and some places in Australia will reach 50 degrees, over 50 degrees sometimes in summer. But then places like that where it's dry and hot, my original master succulent soil mix is the soil mix for that. So tropical, dry. So basically tropical and dry. So the dry is much bigger now that we're getting a lot of rain. Basically, it's almost the same soil mix, except, of course, one is pumice on the right and the other one on the left is granite. So this one now is my tropical soil mix. We're gonna check it out. Look at that. It's a very fast growing, you can see there's a lot of roots, and look at that. So even through my lace curtain stopper, look at the roots, it's just sticking out. There you go. So it's a very healthy soil mix because there's a lot of aeration for the soil. It's a very light, so you can see that soil is not I put some granite on top of it just for dressing, but basically you can see that, oh look at that, very healthy roots. So now I'm going to put you back in here. So this is actually a really fast growing for root growth. This soil mix is really good for that. And on the other side, now that we've got the granite here, this one now is my master succulent soil mix. So you can see the difference see the soil. This has got less root. So because this is mainly for drought. So the plant has to conserve energy or it doesn't get a lot of watering, or so you can see that's actually dry. But yet the plant is much bigger compared to, okay, so now let's go. So you can, hang on, up, see. Okay, so you can see the difference. So on dry areas, if you don't water at all, so this one, the last time I watered this was quite 6 weeks since I potted them up. This one, I've been watering every 3 days, or some instances I've actually watered this one every day. And this is now, you can see I've just soaked it because the plant, you can see the plant as well, the leaves, look at the bottom leaves. This one on the right is really dry, although it's beautifully colored. And this one on the left is just green. So eventually this one, okay, you can see some dryness in the bottom, right in the bottom, so it's quite soft as well. But this shows on the left that it can handle not being watered for a long time, whereas this one on the right really needs watering often enough. So for those of you who are serial waterers or prefer to water the succulents on a daily basis, this is the perfect soil mix for you. So now I'm gonna put this away. I have also been experimenting on different soil mix, of course. So now, which is which? I can't tell. I have to. Okay, so this one is, what are you? Granite. Okay, this one I planted in pure granite. On the right, this one in pure pumice. But you can see the difference. So now, just know that these plants were exactly the same size. All of them were exactly the same size when I bought them. And this one here is, so this is 6 weeks, in a period of 6 weeks. This one here is still in its original soil. So this is still the same pot it's in, and I haven't touched it. But this one, I've been growing this one under the grow light just to make it color up, because I'm afraid to leave it outside just in case it rots, because we've been having a lot of rain lately. So anyway, so now this one's, the granite I've been watering every day, so which I can't tell yet. So the granite I've been watering every day along with the tropical succulent soil mix, or the tropical succulent master soil mix. So all of these three, so this is grown in the grow light, which is the smallest, by the way, in its, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this now, original soil. Okay, so I do water this as well, and I soak this as well, but it's grown under the grow light. So you can see this one is sandy. Okay, it's very sandy mix, and obviously you can see that it's small. The plant doesn't like it. So, well, it probably likes it, but it's just small. I don't know. But to me, my idea is that this is the stunted growth of, oh, it's got dry leaves, sorry. So this is the smallest of all the 5 that I have here. Now this one is granite. This is grown in pure granite. So if I will have to do so if we're just going after growth, when it comes to size, basically, my master succulent soil mix, or my original master succulent soil mix granite base, beats them all. Is the winner. So this is the fastest grower, and even though grown in the shade, it's etiolated, but had I grown this in the sun, it would be more beautiful. So, but this is suitable for drought. When we do have drought again, this is the perfect soil mix. And even if I go away for a long time, this is the perfect soil mix for me. So come winter this year, if we need to go away, most of my plants are going to be planted or I'm actually changing them and putting them in my master succulent soil mix. So there you go. And then of course, this one now, the Pumice soil mix, I will have to leave this for now here, but in this soil mix, but I'm going to change the pot size. So I will be putting this one in a bigger pot. That way I can water less, because bigger surface area, if you got more soil, it's able to hold the moisture better, and I don't have to water as frequently as I do now with it being in this. So you can see of all of that, that is the prettiest. So this goes to show that this soil mix is, this video is going to be long, but anyway, it will be worth it. So this soil mix is really good. The nutrients that I put together are showing the proof of the pudding. There's a saying that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So you can see that this one is actually, so if we're after color, and I also use Golden Glow. This is Echeveria Golden Glow. I specifically use this plant because it's basically green. So of the times of the years that I've grown it, it's always been green for me. It hasn't really colored up. And that's because it's not a very frost-hardy plant, so I can't really expose it to the element. And before I could expose it, they do die in winter. They're not very frost-hardy. -4, anything colder than -4 degrees Celsius, then they freeze and die on me. And this one now, we're going to inspect the granite. So you can see this is just pure granite. So that way you'd say, I'm not pulling your leg. Oopsie. And this new granite that I have is actually very, very, it's not very good, but it still do. If you can't get anything else, so I haven't been using my usual granite. I'm trying to go with whatever is available. Okay, I'm just gonna tip it out because I need to transplant this anyway. Look, it's that like rock. See, but the plant still growing in it. Ah. There you go. So you can see that that's all just, you can see, it's all like mud. But the plant still grows in it. So anyway, I'll put that one. But my original decomposed granite is this one. This is a far better granite if I just want to plant something in straight granite, but I don't really plant anything in straight granite. Now this one now, this is just straight pumice. Okay, so look at that. So very, very, and you can see the roots now. Okay, so that way you know that I did not plant that there just yesterday. So this has been growing in this pumice for the last 6 weeks. So if you're in tropical areas, wet and dry season only, and you're not confident or comfortable using my tropical succulent master soil mix, you can basically grow them in pumice, straight pumice, and your succulent's not gonna die on you. And if it just dies, there's something else going on. One part compost, organic compost or vermicast, 2 parts cocoa coir or coconut peat, 1 part pumice, 250 ml diatomite or diatomaceous earth. This is between 3 to 4 ml size, and 60 ml of zeolite. When it comes to fertilizers, you get a few options. My sea mungus, okay, I'm gonna start with the sea mungus. Sea mungus, I normally put about, for that size, also about 60 ml of sea mungus is what I put in my mix. And I also add a little bit of, this is just any fertilizer with, this is the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So NPK, that's what we are looking at. So the higher the N or the nitrogen, the greener your plants is going to be, but they will grow faster, much quicker. The potassium is just sort of in the middle, but they all have benefits for the plant. I am not going to go into detail because this video is just going to go on forever, but you know me, I can talk and talk. But now, so this is now the sea mungus, so comparing the two together, so that's the sea mungus, and this is my fertilizer. So this one has got 12 nitrogen. That one's only 4, a quarter of it. Now the potassium on, the phosphorus on sea mungus is only 1, and on this fertilizer it's got 5. Now potassium is 14 on this one, whereas this one is 1.5. So succulents don't need that much fertilizer, but there's something in sea mungus that I believe is beneficial to my succulents. See, this also helps them against fight against diseases or pests, fungus, or anything like that on my succulents. So that's why if I'm the wrong person to ask about what insecticide, fungicide to use on my plants, because my plants have been very, very healthy. Of the almost 5 years now that I've been growing succulents, I really didn't have any issues apart from the occasional or the odd mealybug, which is quite controllable for me. So anyway, so out of the thousands of, say, pots that I have, and if I have one pot that will get attacked by mealybug, I put it down to the variety of the succulent. So anyway, so this one now, this one is actually, so this is a sea soil potting mix booster. So this one is boosted with seaweed. So it's the same thing. So you just have to look up at the back. They have typical analysis. So nitrogen, this one is also 4. Phosphorus, are you the same with the sea mungus? So now, this is the sea mungus now, so I'm just going to compare the two. Sea mungus is made by Neutrog. This is by Sea Soil. Now, I'll just show you what it looks like inside as well. So this is a smaller, so it looks like it's more organic. See, so you could also use Osmocote, any brand of fertilizer. Just take note on the NPK, so that's what's important. So a 10-10-10 fertilizer is also good, that way it's all even out. but specifically the ratio for the sea mungus is NPK is 4, 1 and 1.5, so very, very, very limited good stuff in it, and yet the succulents grow. And also I put an extra added, this is now for the tropical mix, extra added of this fertilizer that's really high in nitrogen, but it's just up to you what you prefer. So, and you have to observe as well, if you use certain fertilizers, you have to pay attention as to the progress or growth progress of your succulents. So from that you can actually base it, adjust or change your fertilizer. This one is Power Feed, controlled release fertilizer. Let's check out the typical analysis. So this one's got nitrogen 13 and phosphorus 1.4. On my sea mungus is 1, and then potassium is 10. So this one has got high potassium as well. But yet I also use the Power Feed, the liquid form of this, for fertilizing my succulents once or twice a year. It depends on the look of the succulent. If I feel that they need more fertilizer, then I fertilize them more often. And I also throw in, once a year, I throw in a handful of sea mungus, about that much on every pot. In my regular pot, the 17 centimeter, I use a handful, and of course the bigger the pot, then the more you put in, which means the bigger the plants that you put in it. Anyway, so let's get on with it and mix this all up. So this is actually the easiest part of this video. So I'm gonna take my soil or compost. I'll take 2 of the cocoa peat or coconut coir. I'll take 1 part or 1000 ml, dusty, of pumice, 60 ml ZEOLITE, 250 ml of the diatomaceous earth, my sea mungus. I'm going to put only about 100 ml of sea mungus, and I'll use 20 ml, so roughly that's about 20 ml of a bit more. There you go. Hang on, wait a minute. Okay, this is 60 ml, so a third of our little, so about 20 ml of this high nitrogen, high potassium, and medium phosphorus fertilizer. And we're gonna mix it all up. Any bits of coconut like that that sort of clumps up, just pull it apart. So I could mix this up more, so I got more clumping. So it doesn't really matter if you have a finer coconut coir, or this one is actually a seed raising coconut coir. Doesn't matter, but in the end, this is now my Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix. So this is the original container that I had. So this one now is, so this one on the left is my original Master Succulent Soil Mix, and this one now is the Tropical Succulent Master Soil Mix. So this one has just been sitting here for ages, and it's actually quite dry, but it's basically the same soil mix. So dry and wet. So just pay attention to your succulent and check if, even though you get a lot of rain, there might be instances wherein you will still need to water your succulents if the leaves feel soft and limpy. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you find this video useful, and may your succulents grow and grow. Grow, babies, grow. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy! These are Echeveria Golden Glow that I planted on different media. I specifically chose this plant because of the green coloration, but will also highlight the reds and yellows if grown in the right condition. All of these plants I've grown outdoors for a period of 6 weeks. This first one is grown in pure decomposed granite. This one is in pure pumice. And this third one is in my Pumice Master Succulent Soil Mix.